Now for this lotion, you don't need a whole lot of ingredients. But depending on your pantry, these things might not already be in your pantry. So I'm just going to go through them and kind of tell you where I got them. So I got my molds here. This is my favorite one. It has little like bees in it. And since we're using beeswax, I like to use this mold. But my 4 molds, I'm pretty sure I got them at Hobby Lobby. I've had them for several years. But you can use silicone molds as well. Or you can, if you already have tins or jars that you want to put the lotion in, you can actually put it in whatever you're going to use as well. Now this is going to be a bar, so that's why I use the bars. But it is a pretty soft bar. And so you could put it in a jar and then just, make sure your hands are really warm while you're trying to get the lotion out, and it would work that way as well. So you're going to need some molds. You're going to need 4 ingredients, but the 3 main ingredients, you're going to need some type of oil. This one's almond oil. I have used olive oil in the past, and that works well as well. So I would suggest an almond oil or an olive oil, but a liquid oil. You're going to use shea butter. This is just a package that I got off of Amazon. But if you have like a co-op or something like that, you can get it from there as well. So it's just kind of in a block form. And this almond oil I bought on Amazon as well. But again, if you have a local market, or even, I bet you could find these at Trader Joe's, even if you have a Trader Joe's. And then lastly, you'll need beeswax. Now, my beeswax is locally sourced. We have some acquaintances we know that sell their beeswax from their bees. So I have these kind of, I don't know, they're pot-shaped pieces of beeswax, and sometimes I'll shave them off into pellets. But in this case, I'm actually just going to put one of these. I actually have a half of one that's already on the double boiler, and I'm going to melt the whole thing. And then I'm actually going to put some in a mold so that it's a little bit easier to use in the future. But that's kind of what you need for this lotion, those 3 ingredients. So you have beeswax, shea butter, almond oil, and then your essential oils. I'm going to use lavender and my peppermint for this recipe, not together. I'm going to make some lavender lotion bars and then some peppermint lotion bars and then some lavender lotion bars. So they'll have 2 different scents. So that's what I'm using. But if you wanted, you could use like eucalyptus, you could use lilac. You have lots of choices. So those are kind of the ingredients you're going to need. So you are going to need some type of double boiler. So if you do not have a double boiler, that's all right. I don't have one. So what I do is I have a pot filled with water, and then a bowl that sits nicely in the pot, several inches above the pot, and that's where I'm going to melt my ingredients. So this is one of my beeswax that I have already used before. I've shaved before. It doesn't shave really well, so I figured I'm just going to melt the whole thing down, and then I'll measure from there. All right, we've melted enough of our beeswax here. Now we're going to go ahead and measure. I think we have just enough there. Yeah. So we have a 1/4 cup of beeswax. We're going to put in here. We're going to scrape off as much as we can. Make sure we get all the beeswax. Okay. And we're going to add a 1/4 cup of some of that almond oil. Okay, and it's colder, so it's having a little reaction. It's going to melt down here too. And then we're going to add our shea butter. We're going to do about a cup, which is roughly 85 grams. So we'll add that in, and then we're just going to let these guys melt together. You can just see them all Starting to get soft. Now this is very yellow. That's because of the beeswax. Okay, and that's totally normal. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be kind of a yellowy color. And the shea butter will make it a little less yellow. Everything's all melted down together. And now we're going to add some peppermint. We're going to do about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 drops. And then just mix that in. It smells so yummy. And then we're just going to take it over and pour it into our molds. Here's our molds. We're just going to pour into our molds here. Go a little higher on both those. So we get about 2 molds. That would kind of depend on the size. So, you know, if you did these smaller molds, you could probably get 2 or 3. But I filled them all the way up as well. You can also like just go halfway. So this is our peppermint one. And that'll take a little bit to cool down, and then we can pop them out of the mold. And this one has lavender essential oils in it. We're going to do about half the size of the bar this time instead of the full bar size. Just scrape off what we can get out. And you can already see these bars have started to solidify. It all smells so yummy. Our molds have cooled off enough that we can pop them out. So here's a bee. And then this one's a real nice thick one with all the little bees on it. It smells so yummy. And then these here are our lavender molds. Or our lavender lotions. This is handmade already. See, it's just really smooth. Like, I love this lotion. Like, seriously. So you can put it in a Ziploc or a tin. You can wrap it in some paper like this and tie it with bow. You can get a piece of string and just tie it with some string. Just make a cute little knot on it. Simple like that. Now I will say, again, this lotion, if it's warm at all, it will melt. So this is not something I probably put in my farm stand. I might still sell it. But see, it's like cream. It's like butter. Like, I just, love this lotion. And it smells so good. It smells like lavender. So that's kind of how you make these lotion bars. They're super quick for the most part. I mean, it takes a little bit for it to melt down, but they're really beautiful bars and they make really great gifts. I have bought like tins that have lids, and I'll put the bar inside the tin, and then, you know, you just pull it out and you just roll it in your hand and you have enough lotion. And like I said, like, I'm already lotioning up my hands here. But let me know if you have any questions or comments, or if you've made lotion bars like this, what your favorite scents are. Anyway, make sure to check out the link in the description. It will take you over to the blog and give you the whole recipe and everything that you need. And we will see you guys next time.